Stephen Cornell right here with Eddie Hearn. Man, congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, you got it. With this deal, I remember you and I talked about it. You said you were pretty sure Canelo wanted a KO Triple G to kind of finish that chapter off. Have you guys had that conversation about that? Like he finally gets the opportunity to do that?
Yeah, it was, honestly, I don't want to sound like I'm just running the Canelo Alvarez fan club, but it's so easy to make fights with him. You know, you sit down and I say, look, I think you should try and become undisputed at 175. Okay. Right. So let's start by fighting Dimitri Bivol. Okay. And then after that, look, fighting Golovkin in the trilogy would be incredible. Okay. Like, obviously the deal's got to be right, but it's only ever, like, once he accepts that path excites him, the deal follows hand in hand. And there's a lot of animosity between Canelo and Triple G, and I'm going to bring that out if we see that fight. But they've both got tough fights, and let's see if they can get through them first.
For us in the public, we obviously heard about the two-fight deal, Bivol Triple G, Charlo Benavidez, but it seemed like at the 11th hour there was this third fight kind of mixed in there. Was that part of convincing Canelo to go that route, or was that always part of it?
It was Eddie Reynoso said to me, we'd like to do a 3-fight deal instead of a 2-fight deal because he wants to fight in December. But we didn't have time to paper that deal at the time of signing because we're still working on the logistics of where that will take place and the deal itself. So, and who it's going to be. And we want that fight to be international, in Guadalajara or in London. And we'll see what happens. We're not in any tearing rush to confirm the opponent, just secure the date and look at various options around the venue.
Kind of switching gears real quick. I know you wanted to make the announcement for Usyk Joshua. I think last you and I spoke was like May something. Obviously, Usyk's dealing with bigger issues. So, what on the Joshua side? Are you guys moving in a different direction, maybe just because of what's going on?
It's too early, you know, and it doesn't feel right to sort of start making calls to the Usyk team, asking. You know, it's a very personal time for those guys, and we wish everybody, you know, everyone's in our thoughts over there. And AJ just wants to fight Usyk for his belts. So, but obviously if he's not available, we'll have to have an interim bout, but we don't want that obligation to go away. So we're not going to say, like, you know, people tried to pay AJ for that obligation to go away and he still didn't want to do it. So if we have an interim bout, then we will have the Usyk fight after, but obviously there's bigger things than boxing on Alexander's mind at the moment, and we wish him all the best.
Last one for me, man. Dillian Whyte didn't show up to the press conference. I don't know, was that a surprise for you?
No, because he feels like he's been disrespected on many levels. There's still some issues to overcome regarding that fight. And, you know, he didn't have to attend.
Being complete?
Just that there's things that he would like in place for that fight. You know, that he doesn't feel like he's been treated fairly on. But, you know, really the main thing is he doesn't want to be travelling around, flying around. He doesn't live in the UK, so he'd had to fly there. They wanted to put him on some low-cost airline, ramming him in a middle seat, yeah, something like that. Like, and there's still a global pandemic, and we're not willing to take the risk. You know, some people want to buy a Ferrari, but they can't afford to put the petrol in. So if you're spending 42 million on a purse bid, it might make sense just to make sure that the fighter gets there safely, and you offer him more than 5 or 6 tickets for the fight, which we think they've offered him as well. So there's probably a lot of mind games going on, but Dillian Whyte's the kind of guy to go, all right, fuck you, I'll sit at home and I'll just train instead. Thank you very much. Good luck. Tyson's an entertainer, and you know, he got the job done.
Right. I was going to say, I hope it happens eventually, because we got to see that shit talking eventually. Thank you so much, Eddie. Appreciate your time, sir.
Thank you.